Hello everyone. In this video we will go over the navigation commands on Git Bash and how to configure your user in Git Bash. So let's open our Git Bash. Now when you're in Git Bash, you are actually still on your computer, you are navigating around. So if you notice at the top here it says this is my users, right? C user saba. So if I do pwd, which means print working directory, just prints where I'm at right now, it's on this location. And same way that I can use forward and that I can move forward back with my Explorer when I open folders, we can do that here too. So if we say cd space 2 dots, we're actually moving back. Now we are in C users. So if you look at the working directory again, we are at C users. And to move forward, we use cd and then the folder name that we want to go. Now, if it is hard to remember for you which folders you have in a certain location, you can always use ls. So this will list all the folders that exist into one directory you are at. So from C users, I wanted to go to Saba here. So I'm going to say cd. And now if we look again at the print working directory, we have C user Saba. So this way we can move back, we can move forward, and we have like our print working directory. We have a ls command, which will always let us know where we are, what options do we have there. And every time you don't know where to go or what to where to navigate next, you can use your ls command to show you the current information on that directory. Now, not only that, with the commands on Git Bash, we can do much more. Now, this might not be very useful for you, and you might not decide to use it all the time, since you can do this with the graphical user interface on the Explorer as well. But we can create folders, we can create files, we can edit files as well, just using the Git Bash. So Git Bash has a Vim, meaning an editor, which internally can edit these files. Now in this case, let's go ahead and create a folder. So keep in mind where I'm at. Let us clear this one. So where are we at right now? We are in the C user Saba. So furthermore, I can move into I can create another folder here saying make dir. What this shortly means, it stands for make directory, and then we want to give the directory name. So here I'm going to say now new directory, or make directory new folder. As soon as we do that, we will be able to find in C user Saba this new folder, right? So if I try to do ls here, among quite some folders there, we will be able to find this new folder. So a folder was created. Another way is we could go to our user, and we could definitely find it there too. So we could go to our username here, and this new folder will be here. So what does it have inside? Nothing. We just created it, right? And the same way we can create as many folders as we want. So for example, if I want to create another one, make dir and new folder Saba 2, just under that one you see another folder comes up. So this gives us some flexibility in terms, same way as we would use a system, we would use the Git Bash to create files and folders. Now let us move forward into new folder Saba. So I can use cd, I can say new folder Saba. Now let's look where I'm at right now. Look at the working directory. I'm C users Saba new folder. If we go into this new folder, this print here is the same as the address here. You see C user Saba new folder. So we are moving around on that. Now let us see how we create a file. To create a file, we say vim and we give it a name, testfile.txt. And as you see here, it created a file that is being edited. So here, if you want to start inserting information, you press on E and you see that the flag changed to insert, right? So this is a test file. And after you're done writing on this file, let's say another sentence, then you get rid of this insert here by saying escape. If you press escape here, basically you are ready to exit, to save this and exit. So then after the escape, you can do 2 dots. You see I'm writing down here, and W write and quit, and then you are out of the file. Now if you notice here, we have this file, which if we open it, it just says that basically what we wrote on it. And so let's do this again one more time. So test file 2. You see it creates this, it's like writing on an editor. So in order to write, you have to press E, which means insert. So I, and then here you can write your message or whatever you need to have on this file. And then after you're done, you press escape. You see that insert is gone now, and then you type 2 dots, write and quit. So we have our test file 2. So if we do ls now here, it's actually going to show us that we have 2 files there. So this is regarding the navigation commands. Now navigation commands are very important. The same cannot be said about make dir and vim, guys. Of course, if you feel like typically you're going to be working on an Eclipse or an IDE, which means you're going to create files there, you're going to create classes there. All right, so you don't need to create here a Java class and edit it. So basically you create it there automatically. And now, in terms of, since we have set up our new Git bash, before we start working with any projects, we need to basically configure our user. So how we do that, and we say git config, we use git config command, and I'm assuming that you have a user. I would advise you to have the exact same username and same email as your GitHub and add it here. That way you can avoid some confusion. So the way how we config is git config, we say 2 dashes and global, and after global we define user.name. Now this is where your username goes. In my case, SB Neotech is the username. So this command will be exactly the same for you, but then you would have your own username here. And you can always test if that went through. You can say git config, let's say global user.name, and this will give you your username back. And similar for the email, you're going to say git config, again global. So global means you are doing this for all the projects that you're going to have. User.email and Saba@Neotech. And the same way that we just tested the username, the exact same way you can test the email as well, whether that went through, whether you wrote it correctly or not. So here. So this is what you need to do before you start working on a project. Practice a little bit with the navigation commands, especially I would say CD and CD with folder, moving to folder, moving back and forth. ls and print working directory are very helpful too. So yeah, next we will see how you work with Git commands. Thank you.